Evening, 9:10, April 2nd, 1877. I read Mon Petit a bedtime story before putting her to sleep. Charlotte picked out Comment de la Force, and though this was one I grew up with, I wondered if fairies were the new fad for her. I also wondered if it had anything to do with the fact that we share a name with the author of this tale. It was strange, looking at fairy tales again. I remember when I first was to marry the Count, I felt as though I was in one. Then reading one about kidnapping and princesses and beauty and love, I realized I was correct. I am still in a fairy tale. Maybe one day I shall reclaim my throne. When I noticed it getting late, I put the book face down on my lap as I turned to the child and said, "No more reading. Time for bed, mon petit." She disappointingly responded with, "Okay," as I kissed her cheek. Charlotte slid from my arms and went to her wardrobe and prepared for sleep. I tucked her in and left her safely in her bed. I saw the Count in his room, so I made my way in and stroked his shoulders from behind. He was taken aback by my actions, as he usually was whenever I showed him tenderness. He shot me his confused glance as he said in a questioning voice,
"Lossie?"
I asked, "Remember when I was Lilienbrought?"
Are you getting sentimental and nostalgic on me? I don't have to be concerned that you'll throw yourself from a bridge too, do I?
If I'm not here, who will protect Charlotte from the evil spirits? He gave out a sigh.
Yes, I remember my Lilienbrought. You don't really look like her anymore. Pregnancy seems to do that to a woman.
I don't feel like her anymore. I almost don't feel much of anything right now. He suddenly gave a sharp and quick pull to the fixings of my tresses.
Does this help?
Ah! I cried out, reaching for his hand in its tight grip. Why? Why must you do that and be this way?
What more do you want from me? You said you didn't feel, so I gave you something you could feel. You used to like it when I did this to you. Whereas your old age made you lose your appetite.
He let go of me, and I quickly pulled myself away. He was watching me with eyes that were examining my being.
I don't feel much either. Staring at you now, hearing you cry out. You bore me.
Humans have been nothing but toys for you, haven't they?
Do you really need to ask?
I am nothing but a toy to you.
The priciest one yet.
I felt my heart beat so fast I'm sure it would have poured out of my chest. I once again shook my head and began to make my leave. But with a swift and rash movement, the Count had grabbed a hold of me and pulled me in for a dip kiss. I gave him a look of astonishment as he slowly pulled himself from me, but made no protest.
Bonne nuit, mein Lilienbrought.
He pulled me back up with him, and I kept the same disconcerted expression on my face.
What? Do you want more?
I left the room in a tizzy without another word, for I couldn't find myself capable of thought when it came to the next course of action. While writing this entry, he came into my room, with my clearance. He is sitting at the foot of the bed, and I am unsure if I am eager to finish, or dreading when I do.